on the top level, but 1-0 still loves busting out this build, especially in the Undead Mirror. It's always super reliable, pretty much. He goes for the Tet Fiend opening no matter what. Happy goes Lich Ghouls almost no matter what, but as I mentioned, sometimes even will fit in a Crypt Lord, though that is pretty rare. Of course, later on in the late game, we're gonna move to Fiend armies regardless, but with the Lich opening with Ghouls, Happy will try to get ahead early with faster creeping and better leveling.
We will have to see who gets the better creep route and who gets the better engagement. Items, of course, very deterministic as well. We've also seen different branches in late game. Expansions, Banshees, both part of the game. Third heroes were very diverse at the moment. You can go for a Naga for burst damage. You can go for Dark Ranger, which is the norm. You can go for a Crypt Lord every once in a while. And who knows what the guys have been cooking for this special series.
Happy has a Sacrificial Skull in his inventory that was scouted. Is that just a bait? Is he trying to lure the DK in to not get much done? I wonder if this is a mind game or if it's really thinking about an expansion.
Oh, DK gotta be careful to not be surrounded here by ghouls. This is definitely not the early game that Happy wanted. I assume can farm some skeletons. He also used the first Nova on an Acolyte to maybe not give away what is in his inventory. If that was the plan, it's not the plan anymore. We tech, but we all know how much this specific rivalry is about the tech and the tier 3 timing. And Happy being behind here is a good win for 1-0.
Yeah, I think Happy was trying to bait 1-0 into overmaking ghouls, with 1-0 thinking it's an expansion. But 1-0 with a great read. Doesn't fall for it. However, he didn't get any coil steals. He's got 0 experience against the level 2 Lich.
Feels like that is okay though and recoverable as long as the Lich is not going level 3, 4 and spirals completely out of control. I really hope that 1-0 learned from a previous series. There has to be the mantra in the back of your head. Happy can expand at any given time throughout the game. He signaled a tier 1 possibility. In the last encounter, he completely outplayed 1-0 on Tidehunters with cancelled Expo into tech into tier 2 Expo. And he also showed tier 3 Expos recently as well. So scouting at all times, eyes wide open, and punish when you have to.
Happy would love to get these middle green camps. More chances for claws. He only got the Ring of Protection earlier. Sold that. Nova secures the last hit. Deny with the Dark Ritual. Ensures the DK still has 0 experience.
And this has now a little bit of an effect as the Fiends are coming in. Slow units. Nova, of course, slows you down. Last hit not possible. This is just contesting. This is just slowing down. At some point, we have to shift gears. And this, of course, then relies on Happy giving 1-0 a bit of space. Rare movement.
Fiend mistake.
Yep. That didn't look perfect. And he might be cornered. Blocked by the Lich. Doesn't work.
It's a Naga second, by the way. We're keeping up the pressure over here. Now we can fight pretty well against these ghouls. DK a little bit low HP. That was the last mana, though, for the Lich, so no more Nova. And now, plenty of ghouls might be in trouble. That's one going down, and a second one to follow.
Yep. DK is a bit hurt, though. That can, of course, be Dark Ritual. Little sloppy, is it? Ghoul denied? No. Very chaotic fight. This Naga is super strong right now. Will have a bit of a ripple effect as he doesn't get a high-level Lich that easy, but the burst damage of Fork Lightning can still win you games down the road. It is a 1-0 special. Nobody plays it like him. And therefore, hard to prepare for this if you're happy.
Which now only prowling with the skellies, wants to send the ghouls home and have them safe in the back of the base while waiting for Frenzy, of course. The ghoul count is pretty low, actually. Only 4 ghouls alive. Might not even be worth going for Frenzy now.
Oh, Nova is available here. Gotta be careful. No way to save that Naga. Can only deny it. Does so. No extra experience, but that Fiend also hurt. Normal damage is ramping up. We also have to say, this Naga means no Dark Ranger, no silence for 1-0 later.
Absolutely true. Oh, eats the ghoul, wants to Nova, but Happy doesn't have the mana. Miscalculating the mana there, maybe from the Dark Ritual. 2 Fiends get away. But the camp goes to Happy, trying to finally get some claws of attack. Only rings so far.
1-0 needs
Another ring.
Use ASAP, yep. Helps against the Orb of Corruption, of course. Now we got the mana for a Nova. DK,
Wait.
Fiends, is he in damage threshold? If there's a block, there's a chance. But 1-2-0 so far maneuvers around these body blocks really well. Line of sight broken. And he might just get away. Oh, DK block!
A player's force.
Level 1 Nova is 105 damage on a hero.
Plus, of course, slow. And there we go. Zeppelin is not possible. Double kill Happy.
2 heroes taken out versus 3 ghouls going down on Happy's side. That clearly favors Happy early in this game.
Yeah, it's only level 1 heroes going down, but now you have to creep with the Naga and hurt Fiends. You don't have a lot of Necromancy either. This is bad, 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 bad. And it's, of course, map control with a regular army with the Fiend transition already in the works for a big heal potion in a hero nuke heavy setup. And 1-2-0, usually you always want to fight with your Destroyer upgrade. Now, not so much.
Happy sells the big heal potion, by the way, that he just found. Wants to get all the money he can. He sold 3 rings and the big healing. Lots of additional gold. Goes for his own Naga.
What? That's rare.
Player's forces are under
It's a
attack.
way to close out a game with that tempo play of a Naga. I don't even hate that too much. Like, what's 1-2-0 supposed to do at the moment? His Destroyer upgrade isn't finished yet. His levels are abysmal. Lich only started now, and Happy can control everything with that.
I gotta say, it's a bit crazy though, selling a big heal potion when you want to go Naga. That's one of her best items.
That's
As
not
obviously she can't be coiled.
That's not crazy. That's confident.
Okay, let's see what he's gonna say if he loses the Naga. But if it works out, then all credit to him. Happy looking for that creep. Jack, call on cooldown, can kill that Fiend now. There's no aura on 1-0. This is really bad right now.
Fiend numbers are so important for food lead. Happy has no lumber, but it's totally fine as he has the upgrades already. Orb up as well, level 2 Nova online. Oh, not even an aura, dude. I've seen some crazy turnarounds of 1-2-0 versus Happy, but if he wins, this might be the biggest one.
Fiend goes down. Nova secures it. Not even the ghouls are falling at the moment. Happy's absolutely owning this engagement. Naga thinking about a Fork Lightning. DK for 1-0 is just looking laughable. He's got nothing. No mana, no level 2, no items. This is the worst DK of all time.
There is potential, let's say. There was definitely potential for Happy to winning game 1 here in this best of 5 winner bracket. Lich down to 50%. Coils are spare. But also we have to say 1-2-0 is not breaking yet.
Yeah, he might be broken pretty soon, though. He is getting absolutely pummeled so far. Naga now taking lots of damage. Heal potion might be nice, just saying. But 1-0 is fighting back. He's got the double orb from Naga and Lich. He's got the statues healing. They are delivering, even when the DK isn't really doing that.
In Fiend Mirror, I'm still very confident. 1-2-0 is better than Happy, but it's a numbers game, man, and the creeps are getting involved there as well. Lich draining the damage. He got a heal potion now on the Naga that can't save the Fiend, of course, as mana is limited. Statues have to work overtime. 1-2-0, 5 food down, and the ghouls have already been rotated out, mostly.
Nobody's playing with heal pots or invo pots here. That's pretty scary. Excuse me, there's one heal pot actually on 1-0. Eats the ghoul. Nova ready. DK for Happy. Low HP. Coil Nova turns around. Death Knight might be going down. He turns around again. Happy with a micro mistake.
Also didn't
Could have
check.
walked the DK away, but didn't. Big error.
Also, I think he didn't check for the potion in the inventory of the Naga. He calculated I can get the kill, but the potion screwed with the calculation. 1-2-0 muscling up, and all of a sudden the game is open.
A player's
Rare
forces
mistake
are
by
under
Happy. He
attack.
microed the group and not the DK away fast enough. But he had lots and lots of gold because before that he lost absolutely nothing. So Tavern Res is still with a supply lead.
And this creep spot turned this around maybe. Last it has to go to 1-2-0. He needs that unholy aura and he gets it. Fiend shots get the statue, but that was empty anyway. So it's alright, I think. It's an overwhelming Fiend army, but we're working on it. Fork Lightning for the kill.
Happy lacking mana on the Death Knight, lacking also level 3.
You know,
1-0 is fighting his way back here.
Happy never opened up an expansion. I think this would have been a nice position since he lost so little to expand behind that maybe and work on his advantage there. But since there were creeps, no chance to expand with an Acolyte just on the fly. Has to do that now. And 1-0 finally has the time to farm.
And those level ups are huge. Honestly, it's insane how long he was level 1 DK. The fact that now he's in almost an even position. I think it's still a Happy favorite though. We have to consider where the heroes have the experience, where the levels are. Right now, the highest level hero for 1-0 is the Naga. And in his hands, the Naga is pretty good, but he's not as important and as good as the other two heroes.
That's right. That's why we split the Naga away for a little shopping trip. She seems thirsty. DK can farm, Lich can farm, Invo Potion up, Book of the Dead. Probably not great, but we don't have Destroyers up yet. This doesn't lead to any hero level ups, I think. But with the green, this will be level 2 coil finally. Happy, of course, not sleeping. Get a town portal. Interesting.
A-bomb. Haven't seen that from him in a long time. A-bomb normally, of course, good normal damage, but tends to get kited a lot and does almost no damage in the meantime.
It's a big mana pot, and the Lich is close to 4. Plus, you deny a lot of experience from your opponent, and this matchup is a lot about experience.
So now we just crept up the map. 1-0 down here, next to the opponent's base. Normally their pro players feel the need to attack the opponent to force him back. But 1-0 is just backing off. Not doing that.
We get upgrades. 2 attack upgrades for 1-0 working on defense upgrade. Happy with 1-0 working on 2-0. Web coming up.
Forces are under attack.
3 destroyers. Another orange spot for Happy. 4-3-3. This is where the Lich is finally online. Oh, he didn't get Lich 3. Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, 2 levels ahead is Happy here. A-bomb taking lots of damage immediately, as is expected. Happy's got the bigger army here, but not by much. I guess reinforcements are coming for 1-0.
Well, 1-0 is expanding. So we'll see. Big AoE. Fork Lightning Nova need heal scrolls against it. The last series was all about the Crypt Lord. Now it's all about Naga and Nova. NNN. 1-0. You've been a hero in Fiend Mirrors. Can you do it once again?
There was a sick coil and heal throw, by the way. Happy saved everything. Now he saves the Naga with the Invo Potion. Happy is owning this fight so far. Lich in trouble. Invo Potion on the other side. Happy TP's out with the Naga now exposed. And the A-bomb going down, but denied.
So much XP denied, and yeah, the heal scroll timing was absurd. 12 food lead for Happy. He's rebuilding a lot at the moment as well, so on the field it's somewhat even. And 1-2-0's expansion is at 2/3, and this is something he hasn't played at all in their past few series. Happy, do you have that read?
He's got a sentry ward. Could place that around the corner. It seems like at the moment he doesn't have that in his mind. But may as well move out with the army, you know, just go looking. What else are you going to do? You won the last fight. You should be set up well if it comes to another engagement.
Closing the door here next to the shop is 1-2-0. Of course, 10 food down. 600 gold. So greedy he is. 0 destroyers, by the way, this entire game.
Yeah, when there's no Dark Ranger, I guess there's not much need.
So you don't have to dispel the silence right on. It's all about the Fiends. DK far forward as always for 1-2-0, soaking up the damage as a potion again with the Ring of Region. It's also quite nice. Fiends fighting for their life. 1-2-0. A second crypt would of course been amazing. Coil is ready, but Happy just has more of everything.
Yeah, owning this fight right now. The numbers are clearly in favor of Happy. He's picking off more and more targets with the 2-0 upgrades against 2-1. That little advantage is not enough for 1-0 to hold on. The Blight is now spotted. Happy knows about the expansion. This is an easy destruction.
Well. We thought so before, and all of a sudden the game got turned on its head. Never underestimate 1-0 until it's over. We do have a Mana Stone on that DK though. Insane consumables. 1-0 trying to distract, trying to buy more time. He's still rich.
Expansion has kind of paid for itself, but not really much more. Happy could leave behind the A-bomb, keep fighting with the Fiends. Acolyte numbers now pretty much all eliminated, and Happy's going for his own expansion behind this.
It's 7 Fiends versus 3. That tells the story. 1-0 was always the Fiend master between the two. In Fiend encounters, he oftentimes had the better execution. Happy was working on that just as he was working on his Orc matchup and ironed the Kings out. No Dark Ritual here. So much XP. These A-bombs by Happy have turned out to be great, by the way. Uh-oh.
Oh, second time today, Angeline. Uh-oh. Playing with fire.
1-0 as well, apparently. Maybe it's a regional thing. Or just prints the name wrong.
And supply lead for Happy with an expansion on the horizon. This game is looking great for him. If Happy protects his heroes, he should be very favored in this one. I would love to see the Lich, by the way, eat the A-bomb. It would be full mana immediately. That's kind of expensive on just one base.
And with only Dark Ritual level 1, that's a huge advantage for Happy. You will always have Nova. This Abomination will soon be eaten for mana. Also, nukes, not really a possibility. There's Invo Potions everywhere. There's Periapts trying to go a little bit Hail Mary-esque, but Happy has that Invo Potion ready. DK by 1-0 in trouble again. Has the heal pod ready and retreats into the back. That's a lot of damage, ends up in no man's land. In the meantime, Naga nuke, but no chance to finish her off.
Always good positioning on the Naga here on Happy, protecting her well enough. The Invo Potions, of course, they're also coming in. Come on, Lich, I know you're hungry. I know you're feeling hungry. Full mana for the cheap price of 1 A-bomb.
Gotta say though, the fact that 1-0 is still alive after 18 minutes is remarkable. His early game was a disaster. This push timing was phenomenal by Happy. And he's still in that game. Is he ahead? By no means. Is any metric speaking in his favor? Absolutely not. But the fighting spirit, I admire.
Happy now has that 2-base economy. Waiting for a bit of gold for the Invo Potion. It's going to give the Naga a nice little security blanket. There it is. Time for the next round. Lots of statues on the ground here. 4 for Happy. That's what 1-0 pioneered. Everyone always thought you only ever need 2 statues. But in a long game, with lots of mana drained, more might be required.
We got 3rd attack upgrade for Happy. We got 2 heal scrolls. We got the mana stone. Like, wow. How are you supposed to do that? Under any normal circumstance, this is a Happy win here. Walls are closing in. We can't even go higher than 60 for 1-0. There's also not really a chance for that. No triple production. Despite that expo, the Fiend micro is good. Coil from downtown, but not scary enough. Happy calculated this really well.
Yeah, very nice. Happy knows he doesn't have to pop that invul just yet. Naga now way in the back. 1-0 gets a kill finally. But Happy seems to be trading better always. Mining now more as well.
There's so many Fiends about to die, and the heal scrolls, of course, were with Happy. 2 of them on top of all that statue regen that we got, and the A-bomb is soaking up damage. Some kills now. Okay, 1-0 still has coils for days. He was very conservative with that, leading into some kills then, of course, too. But yeah, this is only going one direction.
Death Knight, though, if Happy loses that one, suddenly there might be an opening, but passes the invuln from the Naga, getting more kills in the meantime. The Lich with the Nova always on the hunt. 20 supply lead now on Happy with still a good amount of gold. Finally using that Mana Stone.
Naga on the silver platter here, isn't she? DK far in the back. 4 statues, a little suboptimal. And 1-0 was on Blight for passive regen almost the entire time. No tower, of course. Yeah, 1-0. There were only 2 acolytes, and because Happy was posturing up here, no way to saturate that base. The Nova hits hard. I wonder if 1-0 wants to annoy Happy a little bit, that he's not tapping out here, because Happy, of course, knows this game is over. Nasty! Like, come on, bro. Get out of my game. This is it. I've been dominating you pretty much every step of the way, but we're fighting for every HP. Dropping the pendant before the potion. posturing up a little bit. So this is like mind games, mental games right now.
I mean, if I was happy, I wouldn't be annoyed. I think this is a fun game. This is a game you can't lose.
But you're not
gonna win
happy.
every fight. You're gonna win every fight. You're gonna find kill after kill, little by little, choking the life out of your opponent. There's no stress here.
Dude, Happy is vividly shaking in front of his screen. His entire upper body is working Warcraft right now. Main bases are empty, by the way. I don't think he's particularly enjoying a game like this. He knows for 18 minutes that this game is over. We're just waiting for the GG. And then we move on to map number 2. It's just, yep, a matter of time. Lich level 5. Good body blocks by the A-bombs. Happy again. Bringing in a lot of innovation. Not only to the Orc matchup, but also this matchup, especially from his perspective. Naga third, rather new. Not going for that disruptive ghoul push. Also rather new. No destroyers. Heavy emphasis on heal scrolls. There is a lot to analyze now in very little time for 1-0. And go into the winner bracket final. 1-0 has some heavy lifting to do here. He's not switching up the strats. He picks Turtle Rock against the Lich Ghoul creeping Happy. Isn't that a bit unreasonable as the Fiend player? Because Ghouls creep so fast.
They do, but they only have small camps to reliably go for. There's the green camps, obviously. They're great for ghouls. Then there's the ogre camps, the small oranges. They're also good, but no medium armor. But beyond that, there's not a single safe camp, I would say, early game. So I think it might make sense. Reaching level 3 here for the Lich would be hard if 1-0 gets aggressive early on.
We stick with the strats, of course. 1-0 has been overrun by Happy's Lich Ghouls a couple of times in the past, and since then he has changed his building placement a little bit. This is looking almost like a human base with a wall off, with the potential of updating that Ziggurat to a Nerubian tower. Hopefully that prevents Happy from just storming into the base and ruining the game in 3 minutes.
Haven't seen that yet, but that's something you must keep in mind.
A player's
Good
forces
Acolyte
are
Scout
under
here, seeing what Happy's up to. And it's just pretty standard creeping, fast level 2. In fact, will be fast level 2 for both.
As so often, nobody is going for the new Night Elf creep route on this map by going for the Spider Crab Behemoth, which shattered our minds when we've seen this creep with an Emption of War. Undeads don't have that luxury. We've many other luxuries though. Coil Nova, am I right, boys? And 1-0 contesting this, scouts this, Nova, or potential force around.
forces are under attack.
Dangerous territory. I think 1-0 wasn't looking for a second.
Yep, absolutely wasn't. He was focused on the Skellies back at home, creeping a green camp. They got the Acolyte in the end. That was the level up. But that's a bit of a painful misstep. Walking too deep into Happy. Now he's really hurt. Hard to keep up the pressure now, but might still get this ghoul kill. That would be nice.
Oh, shocking for once not reinforcements. Oh, Happy is of course there with the deny. Skeleton's hurt already. Unholy Aura at least unlocked a lot faster, and it was a big flaw in the early game for 1-0 that his Fiends were so slow, as they are a slow unit and he didn't have that movement speed boost. Now it might all be a little easier.
Lich picks up the boots here. Also pretty common. Wait, did he have... He had no boots. Wait, did he have boots on the first map? I feel like he didn't, did he?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
And with interesting, Remo means colossal mistake.
A player's
I
forces
actually didn't. Seems like he didn't need them too badly.
Nah, if there's no Unholy Aura on the other side, I don't think you need it. Now for chasing is great, though. Gets the movement speed advantage against the Unholy Aura, at least on the Lich, and then you can, of course, slow him down. 1-0 trying to do some damage here. Good body blocks, maybe, allowing some Fiend shots. That's another Ghoul going down. I think that is a sweet play by 1-0, but you gotta be so careful with that Lich.
A little bit scary. 2 ghouls, not bad. Third ghoul loss here should be avoided. The Skelly shouldn't be quite fast enough. But yeah, the level 2 early DK with the Fiend starting to pop out of the crypt. This is where the Fiend strat can start to take over.
How far? Okay, Lich is coming, as you say. Tech lead by 1-0 as so often. It feels like Happy had a build order that closed the tech gap, but that's not the case anymore. I'm not a build order expert, of course. I don't know if 1-0 is cutting things to re-establish that advantage. Have to comb through that after the series.
Yeah, 1-0 here going for the 2 Fiend tech, which he does most of the time. If you go 3 Fiend tech, your tech might be a bit slower. But this is basically as fast as it gets. 10 Fiends into, 2 Fiend tier 3. Happy is keeping up pretty well with the tech, though, all things considered. And the Lich, what's he doing? Is he gonna snipe
are under attack.
the item here?
A town is
Nah.
under siege.
This felt like violence, I think, just a little bit.
Happy pretty lucky. Unlucky with the item so far, by the way. Got a bunch of rings and gauntlets, HP and agility. But no int and no good damage for the Lich. So this is not the greatest find so far.
Claw +8 for 1-0 though, and a Nova lasted 1.5. Trifecta online, a little bit of HP for the DK, and as I always say, 1-0 baiting damage with his DK at all times, so having more HP is also great. Now, more creeping on the DK, slow and steady build, lots to creep on Turtle Rock.
Lich gonna join for the creeping for at least a little bit. I like that. This camp is a bit harder. Death Knight alone with ghouls would have a tough time here. Lich can help out quite a bit, especially with the Nova maybe. Close to full mana on this Lich. Must make sure also to have good levels on the DK, of course. Level 2 coil, very important, as he's going to be moving into Fiends now, next.
Second claw +8. This Lich is cooking!
Whoa!
It's really good! It's
Okay, that's pretty crazy. That's really lucky.
I mean, it's not like Happy wasn't well equipped on... He's waking this camp up again! This must have a purpose, otherwise he's not doing that twice. But why? He's so far ahead of us, man.
In the end, 1-0 still gets the last hit and item here. No losses for 1-0. Good leveling. Incredible Lich. Like, this is picture perfect Lich right here. Sometimes it feels bad when now you find a robe. You can't put all the perfect items on the Lich.
Oh no.
And Happy's going Crypt Lord.
Yeah, there was a 1-0 play 2 weeks
Robe!
ago.
Oh my god!
The Prophet, eh? That Crypt Lord was a 1-0 play when the meta between them shifted way more into Fiends, like even more than it already was. 1-0 was the one bringing the Crypt Lord, and we got a Crypt Lord mirror. And this is something we have seen last week as well. It is so explosive when the fight comes out. Very tanky hero, of course, as well. Lots of damage mitigation with Impale, lots of AoE damage. Plus, it's coilable. You have a frontline unit that the Naga obviously isn't. I very much see that, and level 1 is enough to make the Crypt Lord work.
Crypt Lord, Impale Nova, also great AoE against, lots of things. Extremely good against ghouls. The first fight around 50 supply with Ghoul Frenzy is expected to heavily go 1-0's way because of the power of the AoE against ghouls.
Yep. I don't think those fights were ever an issue against ghouls. I think it's more because of Fiends. And there, it just outshines everything. The Dark Ranger is good against destroyers, against ghouls, but we don't really need that. The well-timed Impale can also stop coils. We've seen that between the two pretty much perfectly. So who creeps it better? At the moment, Happy a level ahead on the Crippy, but 1-0 on that red spot as well. But will Happy give him the time?
1-0 might get both big items in the starting position. The creep drop by Happy may be a bit questionable. He's heading towards the enemy main base right now. He doesn't have a TP. Happy's right now running around, not creeping anything for a little bit.
Yeah, it's also not attacking. This is pretty imperfect, I want to say. Crypt Lord already shows the value as a tank. 12.1 armor, thank you. But it's Frost armor, dude. It's Frost armor over Dark Ritual.
don't hate it, I guess. Happy is now going for Banshee Tech. First time we see that in the series today. Like I mentioned before, it's pretty slow. If 1-0 now goes into upkeep, he's going to have map control for quite a while. This position looks great for 1-0.
Huge moment. DK Lich trying to intercept here with the red spot. It's big XP for whoever gets the last hits. Happy coming in with the rest of the army. There shouldn't be a way to steal that one. I don't think there was. Item, Scourge Bone Chimes doesn't really matter. We have a TP, but you want to save the Fiends as well. First little fight. Nova, Ghouls, gone.
Yeah, look at the Impale Nova. The Ghouls are doing almost nothing. A Fiend dies also on the other side. That's going to be a double. Okay, Happy finding his own kills. And the coil misses. That's a big deal. All of a sudden, the Fiend count is almost even. Happy loses another one. 1-0 still seems to be lightly ahead.
Happy didn't coil there at all, as DK was very, very passive. Needs a coil now on that Lich. Need to save that Lich. Fight is a bit all over the place. Supply very, very even, but 1-0 about to lose a little bit more. Impale on the Lich. Careful, what do you coil? Nova dead and Town Portal home. Can he steal that Destro? That would be huge. Can't, it's still alive.
And somehow, I don't know how this is possible, Happy wins this fight. He's up in supply at least. The Ghoul days are over, so now this doesn't hold him back anymore. And he's got Banshee Tech on the way. 1-0 tried to expand. Happy checking for it immediately. Takes it out.
Problematic, man. This is so problematic. Supply down. Level is any... There is a level advantage though on anything but Cryptlord. But we talked about how not really meaningful anti-magic shell is if you fight with Fiends mostly. If you have Nova and Impale, that changes a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. In the normal fight with AMS against no AMS, the guy who is against AMS has a very tough time finding those kills because whatever gets right-clicked can just be kited back and then healed with coil, especially in this game where there's no silence. The Dark Ranger has seen zero popularity here so far.
Level 4 for 1-0. Still such a crazy level. It's so interesting to me how he pimps that Cryptlord 1-0. 450 mana compared to the 385. It's a lot of int. Happy also Pendant of Energy, so that evens things out a little bit. But it's like half an Impale more. Almost an entire Impale more.
Yeah, I love this actually. Cryptlord is a great... like a stat monster also in the late game. Normally it's the Fiends always get targeted, not the Cryptlord. Cryptlord, of course, is the tankiest boy on the field. And he does very well with mana, very well with strength and armor. He can carry almost all items well, one of the strengths of the Cryptlord. And Happy has clearly the much weaker inventory here.
Expansion by 1-0 coming. Man, is that fascinating how the meta between the two is taking turns. Usually 1-0 is the innovator, then Happy follows up, brings some innovation himself, copies a little bit, then 1-0 takes place off of Happy, and then Happy finds the solution against his own strategies. Like these guys, and they never play the same thing. That's also some of like the coolest thing. Imagine they would always play the same for the past 6 years. How boring that would be, but it's everything but.
1-0 does find himself 2 levels ahead. Great spread of experience on his heroes. But there is that one thing that is the AMS advantage now on Happy. Nowadays, almost all Dispel units can Dispel AMS, but not Destroyers, which we begged for Blizzard, because otherwise it would just be Destroyers relentlessly for the most part. That was the right call. Happy is going for a Sack Pit right now for Shade Scouting, but the expansion is going to be up before that, it seems.
Right on. If 1-0 goes Burrow, of course Shade reveals that as well. Does Happy know already with how passive 1-0 is? He should. Upgrades are 2-1 for 1-0 finishing now. 2-1 for Happy as well. He's pumping into upkeep, ready for the fight. 1-0 also posturing up, also in upkeep. They're very, very close together.
Oh, the Shade is going to check bottom left first, it seems, for the expansion. Going to take him a while to get up there. But Happy is going to be in a fighting position once he spots it. He's gathering mana on the Banshees. These are Master Banshees. Unlikely to get a possession, but still benefiting from more stats.
Impale could be amazing against that. I mean, there is no silence, but yeah. I have seen some possessions by Happy. That was vicious. Lich is now back to being the full damage dealer, plus 26, basically double damage. Amazing. The Lich, the tier 2 Lich by 1-0 has surpassed Happy's tier 1 Lich in damage.
Now we're gonna have the big fight coming through. Speaking of damage, how much damage can these Banshees prevent? With Anti-Magic Shell, it is pretty cheap in mana, unlike Possession, so gonna have to spam that ability. Happy setting up for the attack. This is all in. If 1-0 holds this, if he can secure the expansion, this is his map.
Love that he goes for the shop. It's 40 seconds. Happy has to move. Also love the healed scroll against Impale Nova. It's just essential to have one. Happy parking at the shop. It wasn't that easy. Clock is ticking on the anti-magic. There was quite some mana invested. The iron is hot. He has to strike.
69 supply. Some would call that nice. Happy with the 2-1 upgrades against 2-1 as well on the other side. 2-2 in the works for 1-0. How the Impales land will have big impact.
Nobody on Blight here. If Happy wins this one 2-0, it's gonna be so hard for 1-0 to stop this. This is destined to be his game on Rock as his losers map. Statue a bit far forward, getting targeted right away. Crypto gets the kill, takes away a lot of region, but the Impale was amazing for Happy.
Happy was trying to split his Fiend army, minimizing the impact of that AoE. A bit of curse as well, but that gets dispelled easily. Destroyers now getting webbed. How quickly they gonna fall? Crippler with the Impale limits the damage output of those Fiends.
Oh, the shot might make the difference here for 1-0. Blight as well. Impale on the Nova only, basically. Little bit of curse everywhere. Supply is in favor of Happy, but for how much longer?
Cryptod out of mana already for him. No Impales there left anymore. 1-0 has way more mana still on the Cryptod. Gave him some int items as well. But the army size clearly in favor now of Happy. Loses the Destroyer down by 5. But same also for 1-0 on the other side. Happy now with level 4 Cryptod.
Man, where are the spells by 1-0? Where are the Impales? Where are the Novas? He's so full of mana. Maybe in the last legs of the fight he can do something here. But look at that. Happy is wiping the floor with 1-0. There was no chance at any moment of this fight to get anything done here. It's like sleep on the wheel a little bit. 1-0 is. The Banshees are still alive, never targeted. Little bit of hero focus now. This is gonna be deciding the game maybe, or hold here. Lich has an Invo potion, obviously. The damage output by 1-0 is minimal, but slowly but steady we're clawing back as he saves the spells for the very last leg of the fight.
Ooh, the AMS right before the Nova. Did you see that? Protected him from the damage there right before. 1-0 was hoping for a little bit of a bonk from long range. Wouldn't have been enough for the kill, but still the damage would have been big. No mining anymore. The ghouls took out the acolytes. Happy is still low on mana. And speaking of mana, we got some potions here for 1-0.
Yeah. That's what the shop is for. Another Impale. He wants that Lich gone, but there's a coil, of course, as well. The DK needs his mana potion ASAP. You can smell the hero focus coming in. So far, 1-0 had some reactions here, but is it enough? The curse makes such a big difference when there's no dispel.
Crypto still fighting on. Both of them were largely untouched. Death Knight rather. 1-0 has that mana potion still. Lich eyeing up the Nova. Happy could eat some units here, by the way, with the Dark Ritual.
Get some more kills. The damage output by statues and banshees is non-existent. Hello, impact. Now we need to save this Crypto. Without Crypto, no competition, but the Lich is under fire at the same time, and you can only save one, and that was, of course, the Lich. Happy is now at 11-0 in B Cup 22.
And still unbeaten is Happy in this tournament. It seemed like 1-0 here had the perfect setup to win this game. He took map control, got way better items, got better experience and levels also for a long time, set up the expansion. Happy was playing very passive, waiting for the Banshee tech to kick in. But then he pulls it off again and again.
Any shenanigans, any new twists. Sometimes 1-0 had the Naga plays here on Springtime, and they looked phenomenal to me when everybody else was doubting him, especially Chad. What can you do with a Naga? Can't even coil a Naga. 1-0 is way ahead of you. The burst damage, but thing is, you have the burst damage also with the Crypt Lord, and he's so sturdy. Maybe we, can't allow that. Happy gets the last hit. It's not great.
Researching backpack, by the way. To pick up the item at the green camp, to be efficient, to always be there with the Lich, to always put out damage. Every right click matters.
2026, year of backpack. Remains true. So we try to delay the Unholy Aura again with so much aggression. 120's base should again be walled off, and he is going for the Narrow Tower. Love that adjustment. Thing is, it's only single target. Make it AoE. It's still respected by Happy, and that stops the push into the base.
And normally the Lich can't really enter there. Just one Narrow on him and a couple of Skellies or Ghouls. Gonna make things a bit dicey. Last hit opportunity. Baiting the DK in. Got no Skellies at the moment. Excuse me, he's got 2 Skellies. Didn't see that properly. And DK has to be aware of the danger of Nova here.
Last hit by Happy here as well. 2.10 XP.
Player's forces are under attack.
Fiends tried to get the last hit on the Ghoul. Didn't work.
There's a... Wait. Happy got backpack, but he forgot to pick up the item. The Death Knight actually got the slippers in the middle.
Oh, lovely. Little block
Bit of
here as
waste.
well. A couple of moments, you know, you have to grasp at straws when the series is 2-0 in favor of Happy.
Happy thinking about another attack there into the main base, but deems it not worth it. Backing off.
Still so crazy to me that we discussed so much, right? The best Western environment for Warcraft 3 is War 3 Champions. All the Asian pros are on KK, and a BattleNet gamer is dominating the scene.
Yeah, what is that comparable to? It's like the popularity of Charmander and Squirtle, and the corner is Bulbasaur. Sadly ignored by most.
Okay, 120 stealing some XP away. I like that. Happy might expect it with the ghouls coming in. Does he have something in the pockets? Not really. This is level 2. This is interceptions. This is moments 120 needs.
Yeah, that's good. Got that level 2, very important for the aura. Happy. Oh, got the last hit seal there with a Nova AoE. Neat little thing there with a Sentry Ward. But Lich, maybe he was a bit over-aggressive. If he had been more passive, just creeping safely on his side, he could have been level 3 by now, but that is now not the case.
Lich coming, DK coming. Nothing else really. Once again, we have the Unholy Aura. That is lovely. No level 3 Lich, but we're close.
Under attack.
But at least, you know, the critical check marks are there. 120. I feel like Happy takes his biggest strength away. That we are not rushing into the destroyer fights. The first one at tier 3 was like 7 ghouls and lose every bit of momentum. This has been an issue for years, and we're just not seeing this anymore.
Oh, Nova on the Death Knight. Is there some danger here? Guess not with the other Lich protecting the first hero.
At least
I wonder what 120 can perhaps do with his tech lead he has.
Oh, I got that one, 120, and he got a health potion. Maybe you can trade with that. Every single unit is so hurt, though. DK is coming in as well. Where's the Nova gonna end up on? Need to create some distance with an Holy Aura. That is possible. Nice evac. But yeah, that is again a little bit of XP. Dude, if you see Happy with this Lich, right, in this matchup and also in the last series against 40 or like whenever he controls the Lich, makes it even more mental how long he refused to move away from the Crypt Lord in the matchup versus Human. Just the perfect rhythm of Dark Ritual, Nova, always the targets, always the timing, using the AoE perfectly for some extra damage as well. Just art.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, it was frustrating us at times when just he was refusing for the longest time to touch that hero even once against humans. And then we saw the switch and how much better it was for once we had the right idea there. This Lich loves this item. That's the right idea for him. Claws of attack +8. This guy is looking phenomenal.
Yeah. What do you mean for once we had the right idea? We're always flawless.
You know, I'm a humble guy, always very humble, so it's how I like to live my life.
Uh-huh. Okay. We need some damage up in this 1-0 army as well, and we need some healing too. We got Cryptlord on the 1-0 side, playing this without tempo. As always, very conservative, waiting for his opponent to come to him. If Happy was bouncing on this camp right now, it's just instant GG, but Happy is farming a little bit as well. It's going Cryptlord as well.
Ah. Small map like this, not too many creeps. Happy active in the center. I could have certainly seen a Dark Ranger here. 0 Dark Ranger. That's actually, for all the Undead Mirror connoisseurs, fascinating. Because for years, maybe decades, it was always Dark Ranger every day, all the time.
A player's
And
forces
now,
are under attack.
she's been removed from the friend book.
Soul 8-man in shambles, man. We got the flute for 1-0. An extra free attack upgrade for every ranged unit. That is wonderful. Happy only with Vamp Aura. That doesn't really do much. That doesn't do anything really, except for the Crypt Lord, but he will definitely sell it. No attack upgrades behind it. No Banshee transition behind it. We're approaching the red spot. For everybody who wants to see a longer series and is holding it with 1-0, pray for an upgrade, for an amazing item.
Happy keeps the Pendant of Energy, by the way. We see that being sold often, but for the Crypt Lord, I think that's pretty damn good. Going to be another possibly high impact Impale. You know, Impale and Impact have a lot in common.
Ooh, your pattern recognition is amazing. I'm proud of you. Finally, it rubs off. We got the pipe that also rubs off on all the units for more mana.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Yep.
that's an easy idea.
Happy on the other side on Holy Aura. This is useless because he has it already on the DK. This, I mean, we said this before, but this is a huge advantage. Double Aura. They're so good. This is the essence of Undead Mirror. Ranged attacks and mana. And he got them both boosted. Come on,
If
what is
1-0 goes Banshees this game, that will be insane value from this pipe.
Yeah, the pipe is mental. Also on statues, amazing. On heroes, amazing. Posturing up once again. Creepcraft, close to level 3 on the Crypt Lord. Gets a ring +3. I love that one too. Usually we look at claws, right? But if the Crypt Lord will be under fire at some point, and having more armor against Orb of Corruption is mental. And we're sharking at the economy. I think I like that. Happy is going for the Banshee transition. Oh, I don't like this if your heroes are getting caught.
No! No! No!
Not like this! The DK behind enemy lines, like a spy! Exposed!
He's got a TP though, so he can get out. Crypto level 3. This Crypto is looking insanely strong.
Oh, he wants to fight here, man. He wants to fight. Impale on both sides. Lich dead. 1-0. Are you the chosen one in B Cup? The first player to take a map off of Happy. Finally, he is. The streak is over, and the sheets are dirty.
There it is. Finally, somebody does it. It's 1-0 with one hell of a strong Crypto there in the end game, and just a push into the main base that leads to seemingly his own disaster. But then it's Happy's, and for once things go wrong. For once, the god can bleed.
I wonder what the creep routes are. The mercenary camps can be very, very tasty with consumables and assassin, but in this matchup, do you want an assassin mostly versus ghouls, I would say, but then it's also so nukable. How good can you creep with the Ted Fiend opening? Can you harass when the map is so big and you want to rush across? This is not as exploited as other maps are that we're playing for 12 years straight. Stupid Last Refuge. But rather fresh. So maybe some optimizations to be done here. 1-0 goes towards the middle. We have seen some shop creeps on both sides in other matchups. But the standard is the lab, and that should also be very safe.
Happy has a sacrificial skull. This might just be a bait. Yeah, he doesn't have another acolyte. He's trying to trigger 1-0 into going more ghouls than he needs. 1-0 is again not falling for it though.
Yeah, the mind games clearly aren't working as well as before. On maps like Tide Hunters, Those were back-to-back wins that Happy got mostly via mind games. Nice body block as 1-0. I got a bit tricked, right? A bit indecisive. Shall I go for the green or not? And now the Lich is here and this camp is
Huge
so
last hit.
important. Happy must get it. And he is. Easy.
It's a huge experience gap right now. This is exactly what the Lich wants to have happen. Huge creep advantage early on. You pull ahead, get level 2 quick, get level 3 right after. These middle camps are great to creep with ghouls, by the way. The renegades. Easy to take out.
Right on. At least when there's no lightning shield against them, but it's only purge. Also on the ghouls, not on the skeletons. So full throttle. We creep this with lightning shield now. Please don't deny. Please don't deny. You can't afford this. And he doesn't.
Coil to secure, but then again costs a little bit more mana. So the DK now kind of low mana, little bit hurt, no level 2 yet. Don't want to make this the same disaster as Hammerfall, where you had level 2 not available for this long. So with this green, that should be enough. But indeed the mana is starting to look very low.
Yeah, Coil absolutely essential. Fiends are coming in to make up for that. Happy creeps the rest of the camp for level 3. This is gonna be such an obnoxious, such an oppressive Lich, exactly the way Happy wants it.
Ooh, close to the DK. Trying to go for an Acolyte hunt. Narrow Tower in the main base is a little bit late, maybe. Sentry ward dropped. Lich sees he can easily get in. 1 kill might be all he gets, though.
Okay, we don't have a backup Acolyte. He's down to 4. Happy trying to stick around. Nerub Tower up, but Nerub Tower can't slow down the cooldown of Nova. 2 Acolyte kills during tech. Late
Huge.
in the tech. It
I am
is
back. Did I miss
pretty
the
damn
oiled
good.
up Remo doing sexy poses yet?
It's like a 300 goal lead he's going to be benefiting from, but the Telly staff also cost him something, of course. That is the painful thing when the Lich gets level 3 as quickly as this. By far the fastest level 3 Lich of this series.
DK items look good. He will share that with the Lich, of course. After rebuilding Acolytes, at least he had the gold for that Lich, so he's not going to fall too far behind in levels. Happy is the first to tech to tier 3, though.
Yep. Not just costing gold, but also costing tech timing. And Lich can do it again when the Telly staff is ready. Happy is sharking right outside the base. It's nighttime right now. Even involving the ghouls over here.
But he's sharking for 40 seconds then.
And maybe he's not even gonna run all the way back in. Just kill 1 Acolyte. Force the tech cancel. Ooh. Gonna be a late tier 3 this game. But Lich now getting counter Nova'd.
There's no TP. Body block Nova. There is potential here for 1-0. Was Happy a bit too greedy? Nova blocks himself a little bit. Frostborn hungers. And
Whoa.
this is Happy's first hero on level 3 killed. That's a 2-minute bench for the Lich, or super high cost at the tavern.
Yeah, big play right here. 1-0 fighting his way back into this map. Gonna get a ghoul kill there as well. That's level 3. He got a couple of great claws for the Lich also. And I would say now 1-0 might be the one favored. Still, if he's behind in supply, in tech, excuse me, like this.
Yeah, that is. He is in tech. He is behind in tech. He's also 200 gold behind in gold. Very, very eloquent here. That hurts, but it's not the end of the world. I thought this would have been more.
And Happy's trying to come back again for Acolyte Harass, but he's got no mana on the Lich right now. Happy's DK is very, very late.
True.
Finishing with a tier 3, basically.
Oh yeah, that will be very low healing. Oh, but the Acolytes, man, he can't afford to lose too many of them. The micro is amazing. Can he come in with the coil? He must. Oh, damn, that was close. Can he prevent another Acolyte kill? This is huge for 1-0.
So far, keeping them all alive. Happy has to staff out. Surely, if there's a Lich here,
Yep.
you would have died or almost died. Scary moments getting out. Didn't use Dark Ritual. With the Nova, I think could have gotten 1 kill here. But okay, 1-0. Stabilizing.
Amazing Acolyte control, dude. Holy, there were so many opportunities. The problem is, though, he's supply blocked. at the beginning of tier 3. No stat. Oh, he's not supply block. He built a necropolis. Also against the acolyte harass. I love this.
Tier 3 now going to be locked in soon for both players because they have lots of creeps on the map. Much of this land is untouched. This again looks like a great opportunity for a Crypt Lord. And this time around, Happy would have the faster Crypt Lord. He's a bit low on gold right now.
The land untouched. Lots of jokes on the table that we just leave there. Yeah, Lich is amazing. 1-0 was creeping with the Lich in between. Got a Ring of the Archmagi. Amazing. Scroll of the Beast can always lead to moments when there's not enough Dispel. Happy got the Frenzy timing. Goes for the Dark Ranger. No Destroyers. 1-0 still needs time, but tier 3 is done. Orb is there. That's essential. Trying to go to the Tavern, but he's pretty bruised.
First time Dark Ranger in this series. Let's see if 1-0 follows. Doesn't have the resources for her right now.
Feels like he trusts the Crypt Lord. He just doesn't have the resources yet.
This camp gives lots of experience at the big item. The big item, by the way, was the Rune Bracers.
Can be
Two
nice.
big tomes as well.
Rune Bracers can be nice, but I think it's not game breaking. Like, per design, it should be epic versus undead. Because so much spell damage and it reduces spell damage. But never really turns out to be so amazing. Ooh, Invis Lich. He's doing this again, man. This is gonna be another acolyte. How much gold is an Invis potion?
100.
So he needs an acolyte at least and then some.
The player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, oftentimes he waits for the acolyte to micro away, to be next to another acolyte, and then double Nova. This time, not so. Going for 1, going for 2. Lich close to level 4, by the way. And this is, of course, annoying.
It's annoying, but it's alright, I feel. Crypt Lord is in. I don't know if Happy saw this. I mean, he saw the production, so it's not going to be a Dreadlord. Mana Stone at the bottom left-hand side. During all of this, 1-0 was going for a red spot. Huge XP, and this matchup is very hero-dependent.
Didn't consider that for a second, by the way. If he had gotten impaled there, there would have been the second Lich loss.
Yep.
Doing the staff. Happy is just trying to go for the creep. Now turns around. Maybe he wasn't looking for a moment. Dark Ranger takes lots of damage. Falling back, getting coiled, but it's only level 1 coil so far.
In this fight, one by one, in these little moments here, Crypt Lord is coming in. Impale is going to be good. There's a lot of ghouls here. They will all disappear. And the Fiend count by Happy is 1. Oh my god.
Nice last hit at least.
Flute. Amazing.
Yeah. I think 1-0 again has the better setup around 50 supply. I mentioned this again and again. This is the great thing about the Tet Fiend build. The first time you reach 50 supply, you are going to be set up way better than the ghoul player is, normally.
You don't have that many ghouls. The swing will not be as hard as before, where it was basically an automatic 10-food lead at the start of the fight. Creeps are getting involved too. Things are getting a bit weird here.
It's being nobody right away. There's the Impale. It's going to be 2 kills, maybe 3 immediately. Say goodbye to your ghouls. Except that one. That one can say hello, being saved still by the coil. But now Happy's Lich and DK... DK rather, low mana. Got the slippers for the Dark Ranger. Okay. But it's 1-0 right now. It's looking dominant.
Super important creep check, I feel. This would have been level 3 on the DK, which was, of course, super late. Only at tier 3. So he's still trailing behind an entire level on the second hero of 1-0. We siege now. Bit risky. But also makes it so Happy can't expand. Happy can't creep. Leaning into this. More attack upgrades on both sides. 1-0, 1-0 plus Flute. Happy on the way to 2-0.
Happy not looking for the fights currently, it seems.
A player's force is
Staying
under
at 50.
attack.
We got 1-0 in upkeep. And I like that. Build the big army, be ready to fight, and creep as much as you can meanwhile.
Bro, Happy is in an empty sector. There's nothing. There's just nothing that he can do here for 30 seconds.
Nothing at the lab either. This is looking worse and worse for Happy, it seems.
Wand of the Wind on 1-0, obviously dispellable by destroyers, but sometimes, as close as these games are, it's about a split second of execution, and if you delay that coil by a split second, it can lead to a kill.
So much experience in 1-0 here. The Lich is level 4 already. We haven't even had a fight yet, really. And the Lich is 4. Much of that is the Lich kill from the early game, boosting up the experience so much.
DK made it to 3 finally by taking out the natural, but the XP department is indeed on 1-0 side, but the question is, what do you do now? Where do you go?
Players' forces are under attack.
The Cut Knight Joe? I don't know. Armor upgrades coming in now. 1-0, 1-0, then 1-1. Coming home. Big destroyer bust.
Yeah, Dark Mage level 3 is the advantage right here, looking for some kills early on. Crypt Lord Impale hits the front line, but not really the Fiends. Speaking of Fiends, that one goes down. We have a Cyclone up in the air, but being dispelled quickly by the Destroyers. Nova in the back, another Fiend kill. Good start so far for Happy, it seems. The Mana Destroyers doing pretty well so far. His Fiend count, though, still inferior.
Not
Going for the back, going for more Fiend kills.
Not sure if 1-0 should have stayed in this fight here. Maybe take out the crypt and then go home because he's losing so much. But it's a 10-foot advantage now. Feels like he's establishing a better rhythm. Destroyers are being focused. 1-0 is killing one. Looking better and better and better indeed. Dude, we might just go full distance if Happy doesn't go for a lucky punch.
Running out of mana. The DK has no coils left anymore. No mana, potions either. Next destroyer gonna be falling. 1-0 has way more army still in this engagement. GG it is! We're gonna have a 5-mapper finally.
Oh boy, this is usually the Happy territory. The opponent is up 2-0, but you just shake it off and all of a sudden it's game 5 and the momentum is turned. But now 1-0 is the one with the momentum 2 in a row. Nothing that Lecky could do, nothing that Soin or Focus were able to do. And now Happy is facing the lower bracket. All of a sudden things get interesting.
That Lich kill seemed to flip this game on its head. The DK had such a slow start into it. Maybe Happy should have been a bit more patient, creep more if necessary, or pressure the enemy army. And if 1-0 moves further away from the main base, maybe then go for the Acolytes. But the Lich timing to punish Happy was perfect. And 1-0. If he gets out of the early game in a decent state, the Ted Fiends will deliver for him.
Yeah. I feel like this was Happy going back to like somewhat outdated strategies, maybe a bit forced. He tried to be a bit too sweet here with all these Lich plays. Didn't really work out at all. 1-0, we have to say, was overwhelmed in the past couple of weeks by plays like this, but not anymore. Acolyte juggling, superb. Sign him up for the circus, and he never fell behind too far. Even with a bit delayed tech, the Lich kill was everything.
Northern Isles for our deciding map. Happy's taken a minute or two to get ready. 1-0 is already present in the lobby. He is feeling the moment. He knows this could be a big upset win for him, a great boost in confidence against an adversary who's been the toughest in the whole scene.
The Crestfallen, thank you for the €3. I'm back! Did I miss the oiled up Remo doing sexy poses yet?
Well, you gotta get our special subscription, and then you can wind back.
Get that later. We get that done. Come, slide in my DMs, Crestfallen. I got some recordings for you to share. Oh damn, man! What a series! I did not expect this at all. That 1-0 can muscle up. It felt like Happy had him figured out. But that's like the genius of 1-0, that he can make these small adjustments and all of a sudden things work again. It's all so tight-knit between the two that the smallest adjustments have the biggest ripple effect. And then Happy was the one not being able to follow up anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the last map of the B-Cup Friday. The winner of this is in the grand final, as is the norm of the upper bracket final. Happy blows ahead 2-0. 1-0 strikes back 2-2. Now it's all a best of one, baby.
Keep waiting, I keep wondering when's Happy gonna bust out the Tet Fiends, but today is again not the day It is gonna be Ghoul opening still. We're gonna get a Lich once more. I wonder what Happy's mindset is right now. You know, the early game was great on Share Exile. He got level 3 so fast, but that was not enough to lead him to victory. Is he chalking it all up to just simply not having, or not saving the Lich? If the Lich survives, is that going to be his game? Is that what he's thinking? What is there to do better now except for that?
Yeah, maybe rely on the fundamentals. Maybe, you know, for many, many years, Happy got advantages with shop control. And on Northern Isles, it's definitely possible to steal invulns away, then go for hero focus and get the win that way. Is it time for an expand? He signaled willingness to expand a couple of times. Maybe here on Northern Isles is the way.
Power rifles.
Lemes, thank you very much. 4 years. Have fun at the Poland LAN. 1-0 will be ready for this though.
Yeah, it seems like the last two maps, 1-0 was truly ready for everything. And even map 2, I would say he was very close to taking. Where Happy just kind of out-microed him in the end game. But he managed to get into a position, into a good, strong position, towards the early tier 3 stage. 3 maps now in a row. Reason for 1-0 to feel confident.
I just noticed.
Oh, everyone's lagging.
No. Not ideal. Bye.
Dot.
Dot. Oh, did both play dot? Both with the dot. We can go KK if you want. Synchronized dots though. I love how 1-0 is adapting not only to the series but like in game, but also with the monikers now with the dots. Can Happy find some items to boost up the Lich? Can he find the perfect level 3 uncontested creep route? Can he find the way into 1-0's base once again? And will 1-0 then be ready for that? So many questions, a couple of adjustments to be done. Both a bit annoyed, I guess, by the technical difficulties that we had to go through.
A player's forces are
But
under
hey,
attack.
as a Warcraft competitor, it's what you have to live with.
Gotta shake all that off right now. We got the Lich here with another skull, another fake expansion, this seems to be. As long as there's no 6th Acolyte, there certainly will not be an expansion. And 1-0 is gonna come looking quickly early on. Again, doesn't fall for it. Again, doesn't make ghouls unnecessarily.
Yep, that is something, yeah, as you say throughout the entire series, this is something that Happy wants to bait 1-0 into. The 4th ghoul for instant pressure. But that is not the case. We take the green away. That's actually quite lovely, especially with the replenishment potion that he finds.
Happy finds another ring. We got many of those today. This one again likely to be sold. As now the tech begins with 1-0 of course ahead. No narrow tower yet. That could be a bit dangerous if Happy makes it across the map.
Yeah, he's always very, very greedy. Only, oh, steal? Oh, of course. He takes that away. Deny on the skeleton. It's about every tiny piece of XP between the two. 1-0 is always very greedy when it comes to that narrow tower. He's building another ziggurat, but he's not upgrading yet. Only when he really, really has to. Question is, will it then be up in time?
DK at the marketplace. Didn't buy anything there yet.
A player's forces are under
A rather big camp for the early game here being taken now by Happy, going for the Tuskar. The DK would love to get the last hit steal right here.
Or the item steal, but no. Big invo potion. Nice save, of course, in this hero nuke heavy game. It's all about delay, though. Nobody should really lose any XP or any items. Tech progressing ahead for 1-0. That is the norm. Will he bring the fiends? He will. First ghoul under attack. Holds on to that replenishment.
forces are under attack.
Are we even denying critters now? Hell yeah. For more skeletons, more pressure.
It is quite a bit experience lead here. Nova and Coil on the skellies. Man, even the little guys being appreciated.
Too much Street Fighter talk, eh? Talk about Guile now. Yeah. It's in your head, bro. It's in your head. You, me, the movies when the new Street Fighter comes out.
Weren't those all terrible, those Street Fighter movies?
Remo, we're gonna enjoy the heck out of it. Especially you.
Will we though?
Tier 2 finished. Time for the Lich. Half a level. Oh, Naga again. Oh,
second.
1-2-0 with the tempo place.
And the Acolyte Scout. Oh, wait. Did you see it? Not sure.
Yeah.
We've seen it now for sure.
That's the Ring of the Archmagi. Not bad. Big bounty taking away from the middle. Naga squishy and fishy, but has brought 1-0 quite some victories in the mirror matchups.
Which almost level 3. Just a little creep here. The null would be enough. DK is quite hurt, by the way.
Needs to move away. This is level 2 Nova available. Naga HP cut in half. He wants this so bad. This level 2 for the DK. Can't get it. The same that happened to Happy on Shattered Exor on the right hand side. The little green spot snipe is now happening to 1-0. And I feel like this Naga tempo play didn't necessarily work except the Null Overseer.
Is that worth the Naga pick? Is Happy gonna respond with his own Naga? Interesting setup. We'll see where this goes. DK desperately now in need of that level up.
Last time 1-0 defeated Happy was with the Naga. Chet doubted him. 1-0 made the right call. Since then, it went in both directions. Some great Naga, some not so great Naga. Going in with the potion. And this natural expansion is taken away. Happy feels very confident with that Lich, rightfully so.
Claws +8. That's the big drop he was hoping for. Happy was a bit unlucky today with the items where he got so many rings, not too many claws, but these big ones now are fantastic. Taking a look at the marketplace. Wants to snipe the big item here.
Oh damn, that's a huge consumable. Goes on the cost of a little bit of HP. Claws bought. This Lich is a monster.
Would you say he's cooking?
Right on, man. Boiling. This hero combo with the Wand of the Wind as well. Can he
be playmaking item right now?
I guess so. He's going for the DK. There's nothing on him. Maybe this is the moment for the Naga, but the first Fiend is already fallen.
Oh.
Not much damage. Info Potion swap, but that exposes the Lich. But it's not that exposed. The DK can cover for him. Full lightning miscalculated.
Why do you coil so late there? That almost cost the Lich's life. Happy almost throwing away the first hero.
Thrill Seeker he is for the entertainment, but man, is he dodging bullets. This was the moment for 1-0. He sacrificed the Fiend for it. And it didn't work.
Tense game here on map 5 where the decision will be found. Happy's ping here is higher than normally on War 3 Champions, and if the ping equalizer works, same should be the case for 1-2-0. So far we've seen no clear indication of higher difficulty. Good execution so far, good recovery also by 1-2-0. Even with that Fiend lost. I think he's doing okay. Double level 3, not too far away for him anymore.
Sick composure by Happy, by the way, in this last engagement to not go for the Wand of the Wind in this panic moment. This could have saved the situation. Wand of the Wind on the Naga or something, but no, he holds it for later to delay some coils maybe and go for the bigger picture. Tier 3 is done for 1-2-0, and we have different heroes. We got the Lich, of course. 1-2-0 has no option but going Lich, and Happy with the Crippy once again.
Contra Naga. Crypt Lord versus Naga. The very opposite. One is fishy and squishy. The other one is super tanky if he gets some levels and perhaps some items. Talisman of Evasion could be sick on him as well. Then again though, maybe incorrectly placed. Normally the Crypt Lord is the hero that gets focused the least, understandably, because he is the most tanky. Did Happy just sell a Dust of Appearance? Or was that
maybe
the one?
See. No, it might have been the Wand. He doesn't have it anymore. So I guess that's that. Evasion on the Crypt Lord as well, amazing. 1-0. Eyes on the rat spot. Same for Happy. Any Pipers in the house?
That'll be indeed sick. Sick Acolyte. 1-0 is going to be expanding here in the top left.
Really?
Triple gets solo experience here. This is really nice for him. Claws +12, by the way. Happy finally being blessed by Fortuna on map 5.
That's a full set. 5, 8, 12. So much. That's +30 on the Lich. Oh my god. I know 1-2-0 is not the biggest fan of Banshees, but Curse on that Lich might be lovely. No economy harasses at all anymore by Happy, by the way. It's a very interesting twist.
Happy picks up Invuln and Heal Scroll from the shop. Someone that has to be given over.
Player's forces are
Great experience here for the Script Lord, by the way. He's gonna hit level 3. That Impale, which cannot be silenced or anything, by the way, could be absolutely game deciding.
Can you go for these fights? What advantages can you edge out? It's a very atypical timing for an expansion. It's super fast. No burrow, no web, no upgrades.
Lich is insane. Plus 30 with gloves. He is a glass cannon, though. He's not holding the Invul potion. Invul is on the DK.
Yep.
And 1-0 pushing into the enemy main base.
Distracting as long as he can. Okay, we go for the shop. That would mean no more statues. He got the orb already, but that would also mean no potions, of course. No way Happy gives him the time. Now 1-0 check the inventory. God bless him.
In we go. Crypto looking for the big connection. He's got 3 Impales available.
Ghouls, left-hand side. Expo under pressure.
Oh, yeah. Impale the Fiend gets a double. Coil on cooldown with the Nova. That's an easy kill on the first. It seems Happy pulls back the Lich quickly. He knows he has to be careful with the Lich with no Invul potion.
It's usually the timing for 1-0. He farms his level 3 here. Takes out 1-2, soon to be. Oh my! All the ghouls! Jesus! Expo had to be cancelled. Happy lost a lot and has no lumber economy for a bit. But the Destroyer! Oh, how unlucky!
Yeah, tried to save it with the chain, with the Destroyer Morph, but Fiend caught it with the web. Now supply is pretty even. Expansion got cancelled. Necropolis up there. Just as a bit of decoration, I suppose. And now we're moving to the true end game, late game stages. This normally is where the Crypt Lord is supposed to be better than the Naga.
We got heal scrolls on Invul, on Happy. Big and small heal pot on 1-0. He, I think, would have loved to have a heal scroll, didn't go for it. Happy not going for the second one.
Yeah, Invul
Ooh.
advantage here is huge. 2 versus 0.
Oh,
Happy checking the market. The game slows down.
Banshees.
There's nothing amazing to contest for right now.
Happy will be facing Banshees. This is such a rare play by 1-0. It was a losing strat for a long time. Maybe because of that Lich he feels forced. Maybe he saw it did work so well for Happy. If you don't overbuild them, Curse might be essential. But it takes time.
Happy very low on lumber, by the way. He can't really afford Banshees currently.
Yeah.
Has only... now the ghouls return home. There it is. Okay, now he's going to have lots of lumber again soon. Not for a while, though. Main base was scanned by 1-0. Sees that there's no Banshees yet.
Happy also went into 3 upgrades. That's also quite expensive.
a town is under siege.
Yeah, 2-1 early. I like that. Those are very cost efficient and reasonable.
Oh, the tension is crazy. One fight can decide this all. What's the next step? What's most important? 1-0 catching up on upgrades. 2-1 same on Happy. Oh, 1-0 selling the altar. You know who usually does that? Only one guy.
Only learns from the best. Couple more resources streaming in. Lumber for him a bit low, but most upgrades he already got. The ones that were necessary. Who's gonna break upkeep first? Is there a way to fool your opponent into breaking too early?
Oh, 1-0 gets the ziggurats ready. Happy scans. Also getting ready for 70. Naga is very tanky now with 775 HP. Plus the potion. I like that. In general, lots more heal potions overall. Happy plays absurdly into shop control. 3 heals, 3 invul potions for him.
Quite the expense as well. 450 gold. 1-0 is working with exactly that gold lead pretty much. As he's taking into Master Banshees.
Wow, so greedy. Floating 1,000. Happy Banshees now as well. That will take some time.
We might We might almost mine out this game. Like, do you really want to attack into your opponent's main base? Shades would be super sick here, by the way, but neither has them.
Both are struggling for lumber a little bit too. Happy still, like, this takes forever to get to master. 1-0
The
made
great thing
that
is,
call.
Happy has the 4 ghouls at home, so he's got all the lumber necessary. If this game is super slow, it's great for him. He can go for 3-2 upgrades. He can go for master training if he just has enough time.
At the moment, 1-0 is a little ahead with that third attack upgrade, with that Banshee master upgrade. 1,300 gold.
Oh, now he's breaking.
Yeah, I think that's the call. Happy didn't see it. He was poking into the base always. Didn't see the push though.
He just backed away as production was starting.
He's poking back in though.
Yeah, no reason not to, really.
Oh, 1-0 scanned for the shop. He thought he could steal an invuln, but it was 20 seconds off.
Happy must have seen, surely.
Kind of
Must have seen that there's production.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of surprised 1-0 didn't go for a heal scroll though. Nova
How
Impale.
long
He
is
got the
Happy
resources.
greeting here? Surely Happy has to produce. Surely.
Wow, he cues.
He's going master training.
That's
What?
crazy.
No,
The composure
cancels.
is-
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta cancel.
Oh, inventory is so much better for Happy, but maybe there's other factors.
Happy playing ring around the Rosie. He's got the Impale as well here. He can be cute around the tree line, maybe.
He can stop 1-0. Anti-magic on the Naga. Ah, Banshee! Feed! Rally points! Not good!
The web here is scary. Happy gonna TP out. Gonna lose one fiend. Maybe a second. Second fiend loss would have been painful, but that one gets away. One Banshee was taken out. Almost a 1-for-1. And Happy bought a lot of time for himself for the production.
Okay, and now shoes on the other foot. Now 1-0 is the one pushing into Happy's base, where he won map 4. This might be the first time I see 1-0 with Banshees in this matchup, by the way.
And of course, you know, the bigger the armies get, the sicker Impale becomes.
Yep.
This Cryptlord could have a tremendous time. Naga AoE with Fork Lighting is also nice, but it only ever hits 3 units at most. Cryptlord, uncapped.
1-0. Got the first invul potion. Important. I mean, Happy is decked out already. He doesn't contest this. But he's also the one expanding. Does the Morpheus gesture. Come at me. And he is.
Happy's trying to poke in again, see what's going on. Hasn't spotted the expansion yet. But Happy must know at home he's such a big defender's advantage, especially with Cryptlord on Blight and so on. An Expo being set up here by 1-0 is pretty likely.
I mean, Happy has great knowledge about this game. It's either counter expansion or push. He's not pulling ghouls yet. And he will if he's serious about this. And we're scanning the marketplace for every rotation. Can we somehow...
Happy should just counter expand, shouldn't he? Just drag out this game. He could use one destroyer to check the gold mine to be safe. But this counter expo timing might be slipping away from him.
It looks a bit all-inny, but it's still without ghouls. We are building a lot of Banshees. It's 5 Banshees now. I wonder if that's too many?
He's going master training now.
Really?
I don't know if you have that time, Happy.
DK gotta be careful, man. He sees him coming at least. I mean, it is a faster master training now. It's only a minute.
Yep, true. Used to be 75 seconds, now it's 60. Doesn't sound like much, but it always feels very different when you're in the game.
Expo up in 5. From here on out, 1-0 has an advantage.
Happy pulling 2 of the ghouls. This might be the time to go. Initial setup of the concave here is going to be hugely important. I think Happy has to come in from the east here for a better angle.
No, yeah, that would be lovely. Now I would kind of love one abomination if you have the resources, but you don't. He's so 1-0 is so hard on Banshees. I wonder if he wants to possess. But there's Impale against it.
Happy is going to counter expand now. But that is way later than it should have been.
I agree, but what huge advantage is 1-0 getting from this now? We're both maxed out at 80. It's not that they are breaking 200.
Three 1 upgrades versus 3-2 upgrades. Cool final map, by the way, to decide this series.
Yeah, storytelling. I mean, it's not flashy Warcraft, right? We're not having 10,000 spells on the screen, but storytelling-wise, it's such a different 1-0 game than anything he's shown before. He's kind of mimicking what Happy's doing usually when it's the other way around most of the time. And I feel like this entire broadcast since the Undead Orc matches, it was about patience. And now we're back on the last map, a final standoff, and it's again about patience.
1-0 now, moving out in earnest. He can buy items, by the way, with this gold he's getting.
He did. Look at that Lich. He's a beast.
Oh, well, yeah. Lich and Naga, both well-equipped. The Crypt Lord is not really well-equipped.
You don't want to be in this needle hole with Impale, right?
Yeah, true.
Oh, 1-0 got no TP, that's right.
Triple invul on Happy. Only one on 1-0.
Oh, who intercepts who? Green bubbles everywhere.
Dude, if you would buy a Cadgas pipe, that would be so sick.
Yep.
It's worth the money for sure.
Yeah,
Forces
exactly.
are under attack.
600 gold spare. God, these guys must be shaken. Every other person would be shaken right now. Happy opens the fight. Let's do it.
Just
Or
kidding.
not. Or not.
One kill and back off. Patience, young Padawan. Patience.
1 or 2 snipes relatively easy. 1-0 still no TP, dude. This is so odd.
This position is a bit bad for Happy right now. If he funnels through this choke, 1-0 behind it in the open would have the much better setup. Happy's trying to pull him into the bad position. 1-0, of course, not falling for it.
It's a tug of war. Both are breaking upkeep, by the way, into high upkeep.
Yep. Happy's rally point here might be weird now. Has to reset that over.
Yeah.
Shift Q it to the expansion.
Yeah. It's not as bad as springtime, but still. Oh, can we snipe something with a Naga and Lich? That would be amazing for some free kills.
Happy regrouping. Over here, there's no narrow position. Here he can engage pretty easy. Crypt falls as well, by the way. Has to be remade. Crypt Lord impales here could be sick. In we go. Waiting for the first couple of spells. Impale on the range damage heroes. Naga and Lich shortly stunned, but of course not for too long. AMS on absolutely everything. Nova has minimal impact at the moment, and same for the Fog Lightning. But the Impale was crazy!
Oh
That's the power of the Crypt Lord late game.
God, that was disgusting! And now we have everything missing, and this is another Impale. We need the heal scroll soon. The Fiend damage, where is it? 7 Fiends still left. This is still competitive though.
Mana potion on the Crypt Lord. He's got more available. Who's got the better target fire? Who's got the better damage? Supply is still pretty damn even. Now in the back, the band is falling quickly, of course, from the piercing damage. Many going down. Happy seems to be claiming more and more ground here, but the Death Knight for him now low HP, in trouble. Invul potion might be necessary. Heal scroll first, holding onto the invul, back to the shop, and with the heal potion.
Oh my god, so clutch, man. 1-0 needs reinforcements. Another Impale. This was the last one. He held on to that heal scroll for such a long time. Naga blasting out damage. The Banshees don't do damage, by the way. It's all about Fiends.
Dust comes in, more kills available, cripple level 4, great level up for him as well. Mana potion on the Death Knight also. This means Happy has no mana pots in the shop available anymore, and the supply is still really even over here, but it seems like Happy has fewer fiends at the moment.
That is 1-0's secret, always has been. It looked like there was a 10 food lead right away. DK might need a potion here soon. There's lots of pressure. The Banshees, they don't do that much, I told you. Could be sniped out easily. The DK level 4 now.
Goes to the main base here. The shop is giving so many advantages to Happy. The mana potions alone and the dust are so good for Happy. 1-0 maybe overextending over in the main base. Now the supply is dropping heavily for the Chinese player.
Where are the reinforcements, man? The Fiends seem to be gone. What about the hero? Can the Naga be an X factor? We still have some consumables here, but we need them very, very soon. Happy about to close this out. 15 food lead.
Naga backing away. Had to use the heal potion. 1-0 has to run away with a tugged tail because he lost this fight in the end. Happy got so much experience and kills in this engagement. His Lich is now almost level 5. Another sick level up.
But 1-0 gets more gold at the moment. He's not an upkeep. This is a lot of empty Banshees. Naga! Trouble! This was a bit too readable, but the Lich, he has to get that kill. The Krypton is the savior. Impale as a disable, and the DK seems lost. So is the winner bracket final, maybe. Level 4, Lich in trouble. He can't get out without running, and then the Krypton is ready. 1-0. What do you do except tapping out? I don't think there's anything left anymore. Double kill for Happy, and he goes into the grand final. What a series.
Damn, brother. Sick series, sick back and forth. Really fun display right here. Crypt Lord 100% win rate today, the late game monster. That one Impale was so insane, dude. I think he hit like 20 units. That was wild. And Happy is still always reliably in the grand final.
Grab your tissues, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Impale once again. A thing of beauty. Look at him go. He's in position. He sees the opportunity. Whoa! Oh man, that's material for later tonight. Do we have to question 1-0's decision to go for the base?